Good morning and happy Friday. Thanks so much for joining us here on Morning Pulse, your weekday digital headlines that are local to Southeast Minnesota and Northeast Iowa. We bring these headlines to you every weekday morning at 8:30 right here on our KATTC live stream or our KATTC YouTube channel. We appreciate you watching. We have 4 news stories to bring you today to kickstart your holiday weekend. Obviously, Labor Day is on Monday, and a lot of people are going to be looking forward to their Labor Day holiday long weekend, I guess you could say. So we're going to bring you these headlines to start your Friday off, and then you can get back to whatever you're doing and hopefully then start to enjoy your holiday weekend. So let's start with a story that is out of Fillmore County. It's kind of something that's happening today that we want to make sure that you know about. So we are talking about this man on your screen. He's at the center of a Fillmore County murder case from 30 years ago. Well, today he could possibly be released from prison. So this is David Engel of Cresco, Iowa. He has a parole hearing for the murder of his step-great-grandmother. Her name was Gertrude Bester. He is currently behind bars at the Minnesota Correctional Facility at Moose Lake. Taking you back to 1995, February 19th, that morning when this crime happened, Fillmore County deputies received a call from Bester's daughter, the victim's daughter, who found her mother's body at her home in Granger, Minnesota. In Fillmore County. Engel was later sentenced to life in jail. He was 19 years old at the time of the crime. With his life sentence in jail, he was offered the possibility of parole after 30 years served behind bars. So he will be standing before the state supervised release board today. I believe we did just check on that. That whole parole hearing starts at 11, somewhere in the 11 o'clock hour, which we just checked. Not sure exactly when he will be up for the release discussion, but this is happening today, a story that we have followed throughout the case and wanted to make sure that it was on your radar for today. Another thing that's happening today that we want to make sure you know about, especially if you live in Rochester. Obviously, it's been a week of tragedy in Minneapolis, of course, with the deadly shooting at that Annunciation Catholic School and Church in Minneapolis. So before that even happened, Rochester Police and some partner agencies had previously scheduled an active shooter drill that would be happening today. So that is still happening. But just to reiterate that this was something that was planned well in advance before this week's events in Minneapolis. So the active shooter drill, the training, is happening at the former site of Mighty Oaks Learning School. That's on the southeast side of town in Rochester off 50th Avenue. It's happening from 8 until 5, so it's already going on. My apologies. It obviously is 8:30. This is happening until 5 p.m. So if you're anywhere in that area or maybe driving through that area or you live around there, you'll probably see a lot of people in uniform, first responders, emergency vehicles. No need to worry about that. Again, this is around the area, the location, the former location of Mighty Oaks Early Learning School. This is an active shooter drill. So we just wanted to bring that to your attention. Again, this was something that was planned well in advance to the events that happened in Minneapolis this week, but ended up kind of being a timely topic and a timely exercise for Rochester Police and those partner agencies that are going to be participating in that. We're going to take you to Northeast Iowa now for a story where the DNR in the state is investigating the release of copper near the Northeast Iowa town of Garner. This is apparently following a broken pipe at the Zinpro facility there. So we do know that cleanup efforts are now underway. This is a photo on your screen here posted by the DNR of what that copper spill kind of looks like in water. So the agency was notified about a busted pipe around 7 o'clock Thursday morning. That pipe, the busted pipe had actually caused around 700 gallons of copper-containing liquid to kind of be released. Well, after that, it then flowed into kind of an on-site storm drain, ultimately discharging into a drainage ditch. This was on the west side of the facility. This is all in Hancock County, again, Garner, Iowa. The drainage ditch has been dammed off to kind of protect any further spread of this copper liquid material. But unfortunately, there have been reports of some dead fish that have been confirmed in a nearby drainage ditch. So that is something we wanted to let you know about. Obviously, because of this, residents are being asked to kind of avoid any contact with this water in this specific area. So if you live in this area or frequent this area, just something that we wanted you to know about. That is currently, action is being taken. Cleanup efforts are underway because of this kind of copper release or this copper spill that happened in the community of Garner. Finally, something kind of fun to put on your calendar for this fall. Rochester is putting on its inaugural Oktoberfest celebration. So this is kind of cool. It's going to be happening Saturday, September 27th in the downtown Rochester area. It is going to be a free event. It starts at 11 a.m. and runs all the way through 10 p.m. on that Saturday. And it is going to obviously have all the things. A dozen food and beverage vendors. We got live music all throughout the day. There'll be games and contests. People, of course, are encouraged to dress up in kind of the German those outfits that you wear for Oktoberfest. I don't know what they're exactly called. There's definitely terms for that in the German culture. I just don't know off the top of my head what that is. But I love when people dress up for Oktoberfest. It's like totally getting into the scene of all of the fun. So if you do dress up, or if you do go and you do dress up, there is actually a chance for you to win some prizes for best apparel. So that is kind of fun. But we know, obviously, lacrosse has a really big Oktoberfest celebration every year. So this is awesome to know that it's coming for the first time to Rochester, and that is going to be an event that we can put on our calendar for some fall fun. So keep that in mind when you're making your plans for maybe the rest of September. This is happening kind of the last weekend of the month of September. So just something to look forward to, and we wanted to make sure you knew about that on your Friday morning. Okay, well, that is all the news that I have for you on this Friday, kind of before Labor Day. We had a guest meteorologist in our morning show this morning, which was kind of fun. Ted Schmidt was off today. So we had Nick Jansen, our chief, in, and that was really fun. But he was kind of talking about what the weather's going to be like, obviously, for the rest of the day and kind of into the weekend. People obviously have their eyes on the weather because it is a holiday weekend. It looks like it's going to be fairly nice Saturday and Sunday for sure. We have kind of those upper 70s, maybe even a low 80 in there for temperatures today. Also pretty good. There are a couple chances, though, this afternoon for some rain, which may or may not, we're hoping, may not impact any of the Friday night football games that a lot of people are looking forward to now that the school year has started and we're back into those fall sports and all the things. So hoping that the rain is early enough and that it ends early enough so that it's not impact any of those football games. So just keep that in mind if you are heading out to any of our local high school football games or schools to celebrate the new season. So keep that in mind, but otherwise, yeah, going to be a really nice holiday weekend. Even though it's going to be a little bit cooler technically, like Ted has been saying, this year compared to some previous years of Labor Day weekend, but it's still going to be fairly nice. And then Nick was saying this morning that the weather is going to next week drop down a lot. He had said we're going to be seeing highs in the low 60s. Which is crazy. I don't think I'm ready for that, but that is definitely fall feeling, and that sounds a lot more like October than it does September to me. So anyway, that is just something to keep in mind too. Just get ready for a cool down and maybe soak up the warmth that we have for these next couple of days, because it's going to go away for hopefully just a little bit. So that's the news and weather that I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and thanks so much for joining me here on Morning Pulse. I'll see you right back here on Tuesday. I will actually be off on Monday. However, I do believe someone will be filling in the seat here for Morning Pulse on Monday. So have a good rest of your day, and thanks so much. I'll see you later.